Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I thought I would just give you guys another update. I just realized I was going through some of the videos that I had shot before. I had actually pre-shot some videos and just never uploaded them. So I think the whole month of March there were no videos. I think the last ones that I shot were in February and I never uploaded them. I just kind of sat on it this whole time. I just recently scheduled them for this month, which is April. I'm shooting this video in April. So sorry, I'm a hot mess here, you guys. Things like I said before, I told you guys I moved out. I've been living on my own. I think I'm going on month 7 or month 8 of living on my own, which has been a challenge. And then, of course, every time I have a major life change, there's always some kind of major health disaster. And those videos are actually, I think some of those videos have uploaded, and then, there are more videos uploading, kind of giving details on, the infection that I got and all of that. So if you saw those videos, I'll try to upload this after those, but by the time I upload this, it's gonna be like, we're gonna be ready for another life update. But I got this really bad vaginal infection. Went through the treatment for that. The treatment was rather, I want to say rather dangerous. It has taken a major toll on me, physically, emotionally, just everything. Everything has just been kind of a mess. I'm doing okay, all things considered. Like, I really thought that, I mean, I'm not great, I will say that, but I survived it, I guess, but I have not been well. So, no sooner had I finished that treatment. So, that treatment for that infection was late, I think it was like the very end of December through the beginning of January, because I remember I was still dealing with those issues on New Year's. And so I think early January, I was retested, I think in February. All of that is, there are going to be videos of all of that uploaded if they haven't already uploaded yet. Literally, not even 2 months passed after treatment for that infection that I get another sinus infection. So I don't know if I've done a video on this yet. I don't recall what videos I've done in the past year, but I've been getting recurrent sinus infections for going on a year. So it started last January of 2023, and all the way to this year of actually no, they started February of 2023, and I got another one February of 2023. They're not severe sinus infections. They are not, horrible, whatever, but they just won't go away. I did everything that I could to get it to go away naturally, and they just don't. I have to do antibiotics in some way, shape, or form. I went to urgent care. They refused to prescribe me antibiotics because I had just done 2 weeks. I had just done 2 weeks of combination antibiotic therapy. And you'll see that in my videos if you haven't already. And so, I mean, I understood why the doctors would not want to prescribe me any more antibiotics. I mean, it's very dangerous, and they don't know the specifics of my health to keep giving me, antibiotics. So, I really think that yes, they made the right call, but my body for whatever reason will not respond to anything but antibiotics when it comes to an infection. So I've had some leftover amoxicillin from a previous infection. The last infection I had was in, I think, August of last year, because when I moved in here, I was doing okay, and then I got a sinus infection. I think within a month of moving in here. So I think August, September, I had another sinus infection. I was given amoxicillin that time, because I had already done, a couple of Z packs throughout the year. And so we did the amoxicillin. I didn't feel like the amoxicillin was helping, so I stopped it. I still had 5 pills left, and I still had those 5 pills in my cabinet, which is a good thing that I saved them, because the doctors were not going to prescribe me anything else. So I was putting it off because I know how sick I get from antibiotics. I take the antibiotics, makes the infection go away, but then I'm sick for several weeks after, weeks or months. Bloating, even my neurological symptoms get really bad. Just nausea, dyspepsia, acid reflux, just horrible. Like, my stomach has just been a hot mess. And I've been losing weight after every single round. So I lost weight after the first 2 Z packs, and then I went to Mexico. I had some colonics done, lost weight after that, then had to get a colonoscopy done when I came back, lost weight because of the colonoscopy prep. So I'm noticing this pattern that every time I do something that affects my GI, I start losing weight. I've also lost a significant amount of hair. I have some grays coming in also, but I have lost about 80% of my hair. You could probably see it in all the videos if you go backwards. You can see the progression of my hair loss. I've lost probably 80% of my hair. And it's really, I'm kind of at a point where it's like, okay, this is just, I'm falling apart here. Right now, I'm at the lowest weight I've ever been. I think I'm probably between around 90 to 91 pounds. So that's, I was 98 when I was last on immune globulin. And ever since stopping that, I start losing weight pretty rapidly. And now every time, my GI is affected by antibiotics or anything that affects my digestive system, it's more weight loss. So, I did the 5 pills of amoxicillin, and that, the 2 week antibiotic regimen for the vaginal infection did me in completely. My histamine issues have been through the roof. I've become intolerant to more food. I've had to eliminate more foods from my diet, which it actually should have been the opposite, because I've been told, that I have SIBO. And so those antibiotics should have helped with the SIBO. And SIBO is oftentimes connected to histamine intolerance. But in my case, I did not get better. I only got worse as far as GI symptoms go. So the amoxicillin was just, less than 2 months later, I have a sinus infection, which I thought was just unbelievable, given that I had done 2 weeks of antibiotics that probably killed every last ounce of bacteria in my body. And here we are, just, less than 2 months later, and another sinus infection. I had gotten lazy with my neti pot. I've been doing sinus rinses because I started developing this issue. And the sinus rinses did seem to help keep the sinus infections away. I guess I thought that because I had done those 2 weeks of antibiotics, that was going to keep the infections at bay. I did not realize that, in less than 2 months I would have another infection. So my guess, right now at this point, what I feel like I'm seeing is that it's more of an issue of dysbiosis more than anything else. I think the reason why I got the sinus infection so quickly after those antibiotics is because it killed off good bacteria. There is good bacteria in your sinuses, as well as your gut, as well as, vaginally, your skin as well. And I think that left me more vulnerable to getting another sinus infection so quickly. So, I'm starting to see that there's kind of something there, that even though I'm taking all these antibiotics, the infections keep coming back because it's killing off the good and the bad. So I did a Viome test. I did also do the GI map recently. I still do not have the results for the GI map. I did do a Viome test. There's a video uploading soon, or that has already uploaded, talking about the Viome test. So the Viome test that I did was a comprehensive one. It tests, your GI bacteria, your oral bacteria, and then your blood. And so the interesting part, and I only did that test because the other tests were on back order. The cheaper tests, or the individual tests, were on back order. So I did the comprehensive test, and I'm glad that I did, because then that's where I got to see what was in my mouth. I don't remember if I probably talked about it in that video of the Viome test, but there was a lot of strep bacteria in my mouth. So I did end up ordering the oral probiotic. They design a probiotic for your mouth specifically, not one that you swallow. They do customize other probiotics, but I'm still kind of on the fence as to whether I want to try the other ones. But the oral one was one that I was very interested in, because I'm guessing that whatever is in my mouth is getting into my sinuses, and that's what's causing this issue. I also was trying a sinus probiotic while I had the infection, because I was reading that it could actually help you clear the infection, and I was unsuccessful. It did seem to help, and then it just wouldn't. Like it would appear to help, and then it wouldn't, and then it would appear to help, and then it wouldn't. And so I just, it was just very, very difficult to I think I just kind of let the sinus infection go too long, because it was over a month when I finally gave in and did the amoxicillin. And all it took was those 5 pills of amoxicillin. And the sinus infection seemed to go away. I'm not saying it's going to be gone forever, because I seem to keep getting them. But it made the sinus infection go away. But my GI symptoms went through the roof, even though they had already been quite bad after, the other medications. So, right now it's almost like I'm trying to get things back in balance. I'm trying to rebalance all of my microbiomes from head to toe. And I feel like that is going to be something very crucial for me. And so it's been like a juggling act. I've also been very tired, especially after that amoxicillin, after, all of those antibiotics. I've just been out of it, a lot foggier. Less motivation to do anything, having a hard time getting out of bed in the morning. It's not mind-numbing fatigue. It just feels almost like I guess, kind of like a fogginess. And so it's been difficult to get things done. I have not been doing really anything. I had been, going on dates last fall, and then because of the vaginal infection and all of that, I had to stop. And because of all the GI symptoms that I've been suffering with after the antibiotics, I had to just lay off and just, stop with everything. I'm slowly regaining some control with the GI symptoms, but I'm awaiting, again, more test results. I'm awaiting more doctors, and, talking to more doctors about these issues to see if anybody could possibly help. Because at this stage, it's feeling a bit desperate. I'm feeling like I'm sort of, getting to the end of all of the options that I've had. And it's a little scary, because I feel like I've exhausted everything. I've exhausted every single option. And I'm just, I'm falling apart here. The weight loss is the scariest thing. I'm trying to gain weight. It's not easy, especially when your GI symptoms are so bad, and when I've had to eliminate everything. And so it's been a challenge. I also saw when I was going through my videos that I don't think I ever uploaded a review of the place that I went to in Mexico. And it looks like I had made 2 reviews. So I scheduled that one to go up. So hopefully that will be up by the time this video's up. And I might do a 1 year, 1 year post those treatments to see where I'm at. I mean, obviously I'm not doing great, because, as soon as I got back home, I started getting sinus infections again. And then, of course, that horrible vaginal infection. So obviously none of that really, didn't work miracles for me, unfortunately. it's right now, it just seems everything is very much GI. Do I still have my neurological symptoms? Yes. I still have my light sensitivity. I still have some of the muscle stiffness. But I do feel like they are very much closely tied into the GI symptoms, because when my GI symptoms start acting up, so do my neurological symptoms. And I did notice when I came back from Mexico that my neurological symptoms felt pretty good. Like they seemed the calmest that they had been in a long time. And it's really, those are the things that I kind of pay attention to. So I do feel that the GI may be what's underlying all these neurological issues. So that's why I put the focus on my digestive system more than anything else. I don't know if I may just do a separate video on the colonoscopy. I may do a video just on colonoscopy and colonoscopy prep, for those of you that might be afraid of doing it, because I did it, and I want to say it wasn't that bad. I think just for me, because my GI is just in such bad shape, that's why I felt so terrible after. But during the procedure, and even the prep before, was not as bad as I expected it to be. So I may do something, a video about that as well. Just to kind of ease your mind. I really wish I would have, seen a video about it. It probably would have eased my mind a little bit. So yeah, I might do something regarding that. That way you guys can have like some reference in case you guys are scheduled for colonoscopies. But it didn't show really anything too significant in that colonoscopy. I had a referral also to a GI doctor at USC. She was terrible, and she was just not helpful at all. I'm supposed to get SIBO test, a test for SIBO. My doctor has not been on top of that either. And I've been having a lot of issues with doctors lately. Just doctors that just really don't care or are not on top of what they are supposed to be, doing, ordering tests or even listening or anything like that. So, there is all of that. That just is not sitting well with me, and it's upsetting because they're the ones that keep insisting, you need to do this, you need to do that, you need to do that, and it's like, well, I can't do it unless you order it, and even with the GI map, I went through hell just trying to find a doctor to order that thing, and and even the tests that doctors can order, they're just not ordering. So, it's just been a lot of hassle, a lot of back and forth, and these doctors just bide their time, and I just don't feel like I have that kind of time anymore. Like my weight loss is just so bad, and I've just been feeling so horrible. So, it's kind of like I don't have that kind of time. You might have that kind of time, but I don't. So, but yeah, I just wanted to give you guys this update because I know that I have been so inconsistent with videos. I have been getting some subscribers, not a lot, but I'm still getting subscribers, and I just feel so terrible that I'm not coming out with videos regularly. I have no motivation for it. I think what I'm dealing with is probably like a very persistent sort of like mid-level depression, and I'm not registering it as depression. I'm just like disinterested. All I can do is sit and watch like YouTube videos all day. Like I just don't even know where my head is at right now. So yeah, that's kind of like the basic vibe. My basic vibe lately is just not being able to initiate and to do what I need to do. So forgive me if I don't come out with a lot of videos. It may just be 2 a month. It may just be, maybe 1 a month. But I will try to do some, even if it's just updates on my health or like updates on my doctor's appointments and stuff like that. So, I will try my best to get videos out. And I will, hopefully bring you guys some kind of content, but I can't make any promises because I'm just been so out of it lately, you guys. So, but thank you anyways for those of you guys that are subscribing to my channel, that are still joining me here and that have been with me. I really appreciate it. I know that consistency is key with YouTube channels, and I'm so sorry that I haven't been as consistent. But thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you in the next one. Take care.